welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
EA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League. Tonight on Sunday Night Primetime, it's our visitors and our home team on Sunday Night Primetime. On the visiting sideline, you see head coach Matt LaFleur. His guys struggling at this point of the year, just 2 wins in their last 7 games. On the other side, the head coach of the home team. His team. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson, glad you were with us, and Daniel Carlson here to get things started. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. This crowd ready in anticipation, their offense taking the field for the first time. They'll be led by the man from North Carolina, 6'4", quarterback Drake May.
A lot of things jump off the tape when you watched last week, Mike, but it was really just the overall execution of the game plan that stuck out the most. I mean, not only to get them in the end zone a handful of times, he protected the ball, and he routinely exploited the weaknesses that they found during the week on film. He's going to be looking to do the same thing over these next 4 quarters. If he's successful, they're going to have a shot to leave here with another win.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They'll send the receiver in motion to the left. That is caught out wide on the RPO. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. 1st and 10.
It's a gain of 11. That's another Campton. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
It's the first run of the game for Bijan Robinson. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. There you get a look at his numbers on the ground a week ago as a part of their victory. May to throw on 2nd down. That'll be caught by the running back Robinson. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
They'll try to run for it with Robinson. But he goes nowhere. Call doesn't pan out. It's going to bring up 4th down.
And what a play by the interior of this defensive line. There was nowhere to run. He's able to get in the backfield for a big stop, and it sets up 4th down.
They'll run it and give it to the big guy.
That's another Campton. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's May. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
A.J. Parker. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
Throwing on 2nd down. May. He's going nowhere. Who's the yardage on that play?
May Yeah, what a big-time play here by the corner. It feels like he knew that play was coming before the ball was even snapped. You can see he sticks his foot in the ground and bursts. He ends that play before it even has a chance to get started.
It's a pickup of 12. That's enough for a first down.
And the Kansas first down. First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Anytime you're having a really good drive like this, Mike, you just hate to see it stall out on the fringe of the red area. But in this case, not only do they pick up some good yardage on the ground, they get a fresh set of downs to hopefully go in and finish this drive with a touchdown.
On first down, right back to Robinson. Robinson hit. He's lost the ball. Boy, that one hurts, Greg. They had a really nice drive going and moved it halfway down the field, but then fumbled down here in the red zone, and the defense comes up with a turnover.
Anytime you put to...
And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay. So this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. In motion is Barner. On second down, it's May. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage. A lengthy opening drive. Now comes to this. It is third down. Working out of the gun. It's May. He'll find the rookie out of Ohio State, and Mecca Ibuka. And he'll get into the end zone. Mecca Ibuka. Touchdown, Mounties. Touchdown number 9 for the year. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Tylan Wallace now on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time. They're led out by the third quarterback taken in the 2025 draft. Out of Louisville, it's Tyler Shuck.
The biggest takeaway coming off last week's loss is he just needs to make a bigger impact overall. It certainly wasn't bad. I mean, no interceptions, protected the ball. But he needs to do more. He needs to kind of let it loose and take some more shots downfield and maybe throw into some tighter windows. For his team to win, this offense needs to be better, and at the front of that is the play of the quarterback.
And he's going to have the first down, mark him at the 45, and move the chains.
First down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Another run here with Hubbard. Not much there, maybe a yard. From the 46, here's 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
From the gun, it's Shuck. Got a man, that's Rasheed Rice. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
That's good.
On 1st and 10, here's Shuck. That is into the hands of Wicks. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Give him 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a first down.
First down. A gain of 15. First down.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, Be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
It's a gain of 6. And it's
Now Shuck on 3rd down. He'll try to run for it. And he's going to go into the end zone on an electrifying run. Touchdown, Thunderbirds. That's his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down to score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score in the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come over with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. Jones now on the return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Here's May to throw it on 1st down. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
a gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 37-yard line.
A gift, and here comes Robinson. And I don't think he got there wrapped up at the line of scrimmage, and now you're looking at 3rd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and 1.
In motion is Barner. On 3rd down, it's Robinson. And that's not going to work either. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
Take this in back at the 16. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Thunderbirds offense and quarterback Tyler Shuck heading back out to the field. And he has come out of the gates hot. He's been on target with his throws, and that's reflected in those numbers as he'll look to keep it going here. On 1st down, Shuck. He'll get this out wide. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 30. It's a nice start to the drive. A gain of 10 and a quick 1st down.
First down. It's a gain of 10.
Here is Shuck on 1st and 10. Has completed to Douglas. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. That catch number 80 in this campaign. And it gives his team a 1st down. Shuck looking to throw on 1st down. He runs with it.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
It's a zone read given to Hubbard. And he is planted backfield. Defenders crashing through. Blow up that play behind the line. 3rd down, they need 5. Off the play fake, here's Shuck. That is caught. He gets the hook up with Bryce. And to be taken down with the 1st down as time will run out on this opening quarter. stop them right at the line of scrimmage.
Brings up second and
Throwing on second down, shot. To the left side in the hands of Rice. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
that's another St. Louis.
Looking to throw on first down. Here's Shutt. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. The defense has it. Inside the 30. And he is going to bring this one back. It is a fumble recovery for a defensive touchdown. Greg, what a terrible play for the offense. You're trying to gain some momentum. Here you not only lose the handle of the ball, you hand the defense 6 points.
And Mike, how often do we see that when a player loses the ball, his confidence is not far behind? And I think in this case, that's where the coaching comes in. Put your arm around it. Hey, we're giving you the ball in this next possession. We believe in you. They've got to get this player back into the flow of the game after that back-breaking turnover that led to the defensive touchdown.
Mounties 14, Thunderbirds 7.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. This is fielded inside the 5. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Get this drive started on the ground. It's Hubbard trying to avoid tacklers, and the ball is out. And the defense pulls away with a turnover.
So the biggest thing that stands out here, Mike, is the fact that the defense just continues to pursue to the ball. Every defense focuses on get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible, because if the guy in front of you, he misses the tackle or he falls down, you have to be there to make up for it. And the pursuit to the ball is not only how they're able to get him down, it's ultimately how they're able to take the ball away.
The Mounties offense and running back Bijan Robinson headed back onto the field. He's had a nose. And remember now, all turnovers have to be verified by a replay. So they might be taking a look at this one. At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. On second down, it's Shutt. That one taken in by Douglas. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
It's a gain of 4, and it's third down.
They'll try to run for it with Hubbard. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
He's taken down at the 3.
On fourth down, it's Corliss Waitman out to punt.
It's fourth down.
Keyshawn Nixon, the return man. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Mounties offense and running back Bijan Robinson headed back onto the field. And he continues to be a thorn in the side of defenses trying to stop him. Currently second in the NFL in rushing. Throwing on first and 10 is May. Oh, trouble, and down he goes. A Pro Bowler 4 years running, that is Max Crosby. He gets in there to record the sack, number 16 now on the season.
And we've seen this time and time again. When this guy is in a groove like he is here, I mean, he's impossible to block. I mean, the offensive line, they've got to come up with a better plan to slow him down, or he's going to completely wreck this game.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. In motion is Barner. To throw is May. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down.
Brings up third down.
That's Ibuka in motion. On third and long, here's May. Oh, the element of crash, and he lost the football. is recovered by the defense. And he's going to bring this one back. They force the fumble, and it leads to a defensive score. And Greg, you talked about it all week. Not just stop them with the defense, but make impact plays, and that is as big a play as you can ask for.
Yeah, and across the league, Mike, this continues to be a huge point of emphasis. Every defensive coach starts practice with takeaway circuits. How can we find ways to take the ball away? In this case, they force the fumble, scoop, score, 6 points.
We are all square, 14 apiece. The score as this one's away. Jones now on the return. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Mounties offense and running back Bijan Robinson headed back onto the field. And as we take a look at league leaders in receiving touchdowns by the running backs, he's right up there among the best in the league. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And he'll work this past the 25 to the 26-yard line. James Pierce in on the tackle. It is 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Operating from the shotgun, it's May. There's a short one taken in by Barner. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
13 yards on the play.
On first down, it's Robinson. Up the sideline, past midfield. Down the sideline to the 20. And he will score. Bijan Robinson. Touchdown, Kansas. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. That back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
Boswell adds the extra point, and the Mounties have broken the deadlock as they move out to a 21-14 lead. Boswell now following the touchdown, back out to pick this one off. This returnable for Wallace. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. Now the return man is a bit slow getting up after that kick. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. That's complete to Rice. And they will finally run him down. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
36 yards. That's good.
Operating out of the gun, this is Shuck. Very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. 2nd and 10. Shuck. Working the right side, taken in by Rice. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. The air again is Shuck. They go right back to Rice. He's got it again. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
That's another St. Louis.
Throwing again, Shuck. And the tackle is made at about the 6. 2nd and goal.
A 4-yard gain brings up 2nd and goal.
Shuck's going to try to run it himself. And he will take it in himself. Touchdown, St. Louis. He's got another one. His 2nd touchdown of the evening. And that is now a pair of rushing touchdowns. The quarterback giving it to them, Greg, with his legs in this one.
And we're starting to see, Mike, why this week this coaching staff told us they're encouraging this guy to do this more often. His ability to be a passer, but also a rusher, is an element to this offense that is hard for defenses to account for.
Game at 21 apiece.
So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. For the return, it's Keyshawn Nixon. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Mounties offense and running back Bijan Robinson headed back onto the field. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him. And your offensive line. He's had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up second down. Working out of the gun. It's May. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Here's a designed run.
That's good.
Set to go now on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They run over center with Robinson. And the D closes quickly. He stopped after a gain of a yard. It is Max Crosby there to wrap him up.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Off the play fake, here's May. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
3rd and 9.
That's Ibuka in motion. Throwing on 3rd down is May. Got a man at Garner, the tight end. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 20.
May now on 1st and 10.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
No dice there. He is met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Back at the 37.
They need to get to the 29 here, facing 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's May. This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. Emeka Ibuka, the intended receiver. And now it's 4th down.
A 54-yard attempt.
Oswell's kick is good. And the Mounties will take a 24-21 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. On 1st down, Shuck. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's Shuck. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
To number 3 for Mario Douglas. It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's
A run with Hubbard. Oh, a loose football. And it's going to be a turnover, and the defense comes away with the ball.
And with all this talk about ball security, I can tell you firsthand, Mike, a lot of it just becomes mental. It's like the more you think about it, the more you stress it in practice, it almost gets worse. It's one of those things that when it starts to spiral, it's just hard to pull yourself out.
The Mounties offense. ready to get back to work. They'll start in the red zone already. This drive beginning at the 20. Here's May to throw it on first down. Now this defense will use the first of their timeouts. And they'll get together prior to the second down play.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see it completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Now a second timeout called by the defense. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. In motion is Barner. Now May. This one caught at the 4. And he's in. A.J. Barner. Touchdown Mounties. It's his third touchdown catch this year. So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown, and Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
Anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench, going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go. Take advantage of the short field, and results in a nice touchdown.
On the return, it's Dameon Pierce. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
First down and
The Thunderbirds offense and Rashee Rice set to take over once more. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender at him, maybe. Look at what he's done. Whatever the defense has tried the first half, it hasn't worked. They'll go play action here with Chuck. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down. Now Shuck. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up third down. There's a handoff to Hubbard. Now a second timeout called by the defense. As they'll discuss what's to come, this fourth down is looming.
a gain of 9.
Here's Corliss Waitman now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. The Mounties offense and running back Bijan Robinson headed back onto the field. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. On first and 10, here's May. Taken in right side by Barner. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Brings up second and 1.
May to throw on second down. Open left side is Barner. And he's going to have the first down as he gets out of bounds, and he stops the clock as well. He's going to let this one go deep. That ball bouncing around and then finally caught. Wow. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. 37 yards. Now the offense will use their third and final timeout. And they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down. Here comes Chris Boswell to try a field goal. This one from 41 yards out. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Mounties will tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half. Just 1 second remaining in this first half, and they will kick it away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchdown. Here is Shuck on first and 10. He's going to uncork one. Looking for Wicks. Back to the sideline and intercepted. Picked up by Quinton Lake. So the two teams, and hold that thought. Let's get right back to it. We are ready for the third quarter. Here's Pierce for the return. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. This drive begins with a run by Hubbard. And this defense not fooled by the option. They stick with the running back and they get him down for no gain. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. To throw is Shuck. Check this down. That's Hubbard out of the backfield. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. A pickup there of 19 yards. And that will be a first down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
And these are the throws that when they evaluate young quarterbacks coming out of college, they want to see you be able to make. Everyone worries about how far you can throw the ball. And while that's certainly important, to be able to make the throws from sideline to sideline, especially in those intermediate zones, drive the ball through space, because in this league, an open window is going to close in a hurry.
On 2nd down, it's Shuck. And that's going to wind up incomplete.
At this stage of the game, things haven't been going your way, so one more mistake, it could just be too much to overcome. So a nice decision there. Just throw it away out of bounds and give your team a fighting chance.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Keyshawn Nixon. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
That's Jones in motion. They'll go play action with May. Here's a short one taken in by Bonner. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line. 10 catches now in the game. They've gone his way early and often. That one for a first down. On the handoff, it's Robinson. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
That's Jones in motion. They make the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And it'll be marked down at the 7. And it will set up 1st and goal.
That's good for a Canton. 1st down.
They send a receiver
Goal at the
in motion
7-yard
left.
line.
Here's a run with their tight end. Nothing there. He is fortunate just to get back to the line. Now it's 2nd and goal.
It's a loss of 1.
I don't mind the play call, but it's really just the execution, Mike. It's got to be cleaner than that. They've got to give him some more space, some more opportunity, especially for a guy who's not used to really carrying the ball very often. So he's not going to have the same vision and the same cuts as the back, and so it's got to be better blocked and better executed.
And he will win the race to the pylon. He's in. A.J. Barner. Touchdown, Mounties. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. He's doubled his season output. He now has 4. Well, the play fake gets its job done, and so too does the tight end. Always a great target down there, as you know, Greg, near the end zone.
And this is where, Mike, so many tight ends do their damage. Down here in the goal line where the threat of run gets so much attention. And oftentimes it just takes the slightest hesitation by a defender. You see a tight end pop wide open. In this case, it results in the touchdown. You just have to find a way defensively to step up there and get a stop. It's one thing to give up 6. You allow a touchdown. But now dig deep, man. Get a stop. Looked like there was some confusion, and offense is going to come away with 8.
And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Thunderbirds offense and Rashee Rice set to take over once more. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on first down. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete. Tyson Campbell that time, able to knock it away.
He was covered by Tyson Campbell.
Now Hubbard. Can he get away? No! He's going to be taken down behind the line.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
And this ball incomplete on third down.
Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the third quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive, but instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive.
The Mounties offense and Drake May making their way back out, and he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're trying to keep it going. To throw on first down is May. Open man, and that's Bryant. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Throwing on second down. May. Out wide, that's Robinson. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7. That's Ibuka in motion.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On play action, here's May. He'll step up and run this.
Initially, they do a really nice job taking away his first and second read, but what they fail to do is account for him as a runner. He ends up making something positive out of a play that initially didn't look like it had much of a chance.
Off the play fake, it's May. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. In motion is Barner. Throwing on first and 10 is May. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second.
On the give, it's Robinson. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on third down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on first and second down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in third and pass too often in today's NFL. We're starting to see a lot of this on third down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these third down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball. And in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up fourth down. I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
Here's Pierce for the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Thunderbirds offense ready to take over once again. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on first and 10. And not much there. Good defense held to no gain.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now. And partially, it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage of the game.
3rd and 7.
Third
the gun. This is shot. This one, a deep shot for Rice. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. 33 yards. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10.
First down, Thunderbirds.
Looking to throw. Here is Shuck. That's to the big rookie out of Michigan, Holston Loveland. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
4 yards. That's another St. Louis.
Hubbard trying to push the pile forward, but he's not going to get in. They stop him up short. From the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
To the air is shot. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Rashee Rice. Touchdown, Thunderbirds.
We were talking during the break, Mike. We felt that this was kind of a do-or-die drive. They felt like they needed to come away with the touchdown here, and now they're showing a little life.
Yeah, a little bit of belief, don't you think? Everyone on that field knows they've been a part of a comeback before. It's a pretty big mountain, but a good way to get started here to begin this half. They'll try to pick this up with a run. And he will not get to the goal line, so no tacking on 2 points. Still a 3-score game, as the difference is 18. Carlson now. He'll kick this one off following the touchdown on the other end. Here's Nixon on the return. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Mounties offense and Drake May making their way back out. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. On the move left. Now he'll run it. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. It's a great way to start the drive. A gain of 20 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Made out on 1st and 10. Trying to set up the screen there, but that's going to be incomplete. Good work. Got in there defensively, gummed up the works a little bit, and it'll bring up 2nd down. That's Jones in motion. On 2nd down, it's a run with Robinson. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Down back at the 40-yard line.
On 3rd and long, here's May. Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
Brings up 4th down.
In motion is Barner. They'll go. Here's May. And he's not going anywhere. Stuck behind the line. They have turned it over on down.
And a great job here by the defense, being strong up inside, forcing the ball carrier to have to bounce this out towards the sideline, and he can't get the corner, and they come up with a huge 4th down stop.
The Thunderbirds offense and Rashee Rice set to take over once more. They'll begin with great field position, a short field, in fact, as they start with a 1st down. Chuck. Pass completed to Douglas. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 46-yard line.
So no shortage of offense in this one as we end the 3rd. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. Second down, 8 yards to go. From the gun, it's Shuck. That's a short one, caught by Loveland. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
3-yard gain on the play. Brings up third down.
Now Shuck. That is into the hands of Wicks. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
That's good for a St. Louis first down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Throwing again, Shuck. That is caught downfield by Douglas. And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line.
5 yards on the play.
They get 25 on that connection. That's enough for a first down.
It's a gain of 25 yards.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
Brings up third and 6.
The air again is Shuck. And he can't get away. Down he goes, back to 16.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
On now, Daniel Carlson to try the field goal. This from extra point range, a 33-yard field goal attempt. Carlson's kick is good. And the Thunderbirds are back within 2 scores.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Mounties offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. And this crowd certainly has liked what they have seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in. They have not disappointed as they have the advantage here in the fourth. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
Captain, first down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Give, and here comes Robinson. Not much happening there, just a short game. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's second down and 9.
Brings up second and 9 at the 47.
Another run here for Robinson. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. That's over the middle and caught by Ibuka. His second catch of the drive. This one good for 15 and a first down.
That might end up being the backbreaker right now. This defense desperately needed to get off the field and give their offense a chance to cut into this 2-score lead. But instead, they now got to defend a fresh set of downs. And as you look up at this clock, you might be running out of time. So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the 4th quarter, which typically means I had the lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
That's Ibuka in motion. 3rd and short. And here is May. Got a man at Warner, the tight end. What a performance. Reception number 14 for the first down.
That's another.
In motion is Barner.
First down.
On 1st and 10, here's May. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
A.J. Barner. A 3-yard pickup.
They'll send a man in motion left.
At the 12-yard line.
They'll go play action with May. That's hauled in at the 2. To the goal line and in. Omega Ibuka. Touchdown, Canton. That his second touchdown tonight. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
On for the extra point is Boswell. The kick is good, and the Mounties will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. Boswell now following the touchdown, back out to kick this one off. A return now from the 4. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. The Thunderbirds offense ready to get back at it. Things not looking good, but see if we can get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. To throw is shut. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 21.
Throwing is shut. They'll set up the screen here to Hubbard. And he's out past the 30 and out of bounds. So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33.
St. Louis. First down.
He'll look to throw. There's that man again. Another catch. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line.
That's another St. Louis.
There once more. Shot. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Back to the air one more time. Check this down. That's Hubbard out of the backfield. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. Operating out of the gun, this is Shuck. He's got Douglas going deep. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
That's into the hands of Wicks. He's got it. It's a pickup of 14. And the decision to go for it pays off.
Some teams just have a stronger appetite for being willing to go for 4th down tries, even on their side of the field, Mike, and we're seeing it so much more often. The days of just punting the ball back and forth and saying, hey, we're going to play good defense. Remember, the better your defense, that doesn't mean you should punt. The better your defense, the more chances you should take on offense.
Second down, it's shot. And it'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
That's good for a St. Louis.
Looking to throw, here is shot. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
Now Shuck on 3rd down. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete. The offense staying out there for this 4th down. They'll indeed go, and it is Shuck. And he'll take it on in. Pop Douglas. Louis. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a two-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
And he will get in for the two. They open up the bag of tricks on the goal line and add a pair of points.
I know it sounds like I'm being biased, Mike, but I'm really not. Down here this close to the end zone, especially on two-point tries, the size, the length, the athleticism, and matchups these tight ends can create, man, they are a tough handle, and it leads to 2 points.
Mounties offense and Emeka Ibuka set to take over once more. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early. Boy, did that pay great dividends to this point. Maynard on 1st and 10. Taken in right side by Barner. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
A gain of 10 yards.
It's a gain of 10 yards. And that will be a first down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Give left side. Here comes Robinson. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. Now this defense will use the first of their timeouts. And they'll get together prior to the second down play. They'll go again with Robinson. What a great gainer that is. He runs it down to the foul. Now a second timeout called by the defense. And they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline. That's Ibuka in motion. They'll run with Robinson. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's second down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
One more time, it's Robinson. And this is a slight improvement over the previous play. He's not going to lose yardage, but he's not gaining any either. It's 3rd down.
Give credit to this defense, Mike. Their back's against the wall, and they're standing tall so far. Nothing on those first 2 runs. We'll see what the offense has in store now as they bring up 3rd down.
They'll drop to throw. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got it.
You can tell what the decision is about how they want to approach 4th down by what they call on 3rd down. If that was a run play, then you can bet they were going to go for it on 4th. But because it was a pass, and then they take a sack, I think this coach on 4th down is leaning towards settling for 3.
Here comes Chris Boswell to try a field goal. This a 31-yard attempt. Another one through the uprights. He's 4 for 4 on the game. And the Mounties will extend their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. The Thunderbirds offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Get Gets it away quickly, and it's caught.
I wouldn't be surprised if some point here in the future, Mike, this quarterback drops back. It looks like the same old hitch route underneath, and they give a pump fake and go. You can lull a defense to sleep with a lot of these underneath quick game passes, and once you do, you can try to go for the big one.
And the St. Louis first down.
Now the spike as the clock takes under 50 seconds to play. Throwing on second down. And he'll be stopped short of the first down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
On 3rd and 2, it is Shuck. Open man is Douglas. It's complete. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10.
It's a gain of 18. That's good for a St. Louis.
Look out at 21 as he's able to spike it right there. Chuck to throw on 2nd down. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. It is 3rd and 10.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards.
Throwing again, Chuck. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down. They'll go. And here's Chuck. The open receiver is Marshall. He's got it. And he'll be brought down there. And that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this 4th quarter. So the fans gonna head home happy. It's a win for the hometown squad. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. That